Assalamu alaikum, viewers. With another episode, today I call another passionate candidate of Ward number 4. A wonderful personality, a stunning personality, I will say. She came from Iraq 10 years ago and started her career. And now, after working in many different areas, passionate area, working with the people, working for the humanity on many humanitarian cause, she has now presented herself in front of the resident of Ward number 4. And she is going to talk to you, and we're going to talk to her how she can improve this wonderful city of Mississauga. Actually, this city is always in demand. Anybody who want to come from all over the world, the first focus, kind of one of the city that people want to reside in is Mississauga. Whether you belong to South Asia, Middle East, Iran, Iraq, wherever you belong to, people love this city. It's already on a very good foundation. How can Nawres Fouad, she is tonight my guest. We're talking to Nawres Fouad, how she can improve, bring changes to this city. Nawres, welcome to my show. My show name is SKD, Say Everything on Z9. And what do you want to say? Well, how are you feeling tonight in my show?
First of all, thank you so much, Ali, for having me here. It's an amazing opportunity to invite me today at Thanksgiving Day. What an awesome day.
So, viewers, today is Thanksgiving Day as well. So, families are giving thanks. Whoever you want to be thankful to, your teacher, your brothers, your sister, mom and dad, whoever in your life you want to thankful to you, how you want to be someone you chose today to be like on the top of the list to say thank you for being closer to my life.
I would like to thank my mom and my dad, my family, all of them, for their support and unwavering support, for giving me the opportunity by all their supporting words and hard work, actually. My family always committed to service and to help people. I grew up in this kind of family, and I'm so thankful to all of them.
Okay, let's come back to the job. Nawres, you have presented yourself as a candidate for Ward number 4.
Yeah.
And I am watching you knocking people's door every day. How many doors you have knocked up till now?
So far, 8,686.
66. Look at this, early morning start, late night sleep, working really hard. You can make a lot of more money in anything else, like 9 to 5, go sip a coffee and eat a lunch and then come back to home. Why did you choose this difficult job?
To me, it's not really difficult. When you have a passion about something, when you're in love with something, so it's definitely not difficult. I enjoy each single minute and each single second, listening to people's stories and trying to solve their issues and their problem. It's something I really love to do. So to me, it's an amazing thing. I would like to mention a story. A few weeks ago, I was knocking on doors, and a senior gentleman said to me specifically, "God sent you to me." Before I say nothing, as soon as he opened the door, he said, "God sent you to me." And then I said, "How can I help you?" He said, "We have what we call it a stairs lifting chair, and my wife stuck on second floor since Friday."
Oh my.
He keep trying to call the company to come and help him and help his wife. His wife is disabled and she couldn't get downstairs for 2 days.
Oh my. Oh.
I went to knock on their doors. That was on Sunday, and his wife was on second floor since a Friday. Imagine, so it's this kind of thing, listening to all these stories. Some of them are really heartbreaking stories. I tried all my best. I called the company and I did whatever I could do to help them. It's not about really winning or losing or going through actually the election. It's just about how can you be closer to people.
Wonderful. What a story, viewers. Believe me, I'm so broken after listening to this kind of story. So this is another aspect of kind of going as a candidate for for anything that can help people. I see this counselor sometime you're doing for MPP, MP. These all activities that kind of give you access to talk to the people of your area, and you talk to them, you kind of build your relationship with them, adapt to their ethnicity. Some people are from they belong to various areas. They speak different language, they think a little differently what you think, adapting to them. Do you feel this thing kind of inspire you to grow in the life and understand more about the reality of this life?
Of course, actually. It's being in touch with people, and to me, I believe the life is a learning process. So I would love to learn and get experience from each single person. Being an EIR, engineer in residence, and I was actually working on that program. I'm still working with them since a few years in schools. I'm learning from new generation, from kids in school. Sometimes they teach me some stuff related to new technology. So it is really wonderful to learn from people, to improve ourselves.
Wow, wonderful. Okay, Nawres, now come back to the city of Mississauga. Viewers, city of Mississauga is one of the most beautiful city, right?
Of course.
Everybody, and you understand that because this was your first home, and for most, you're still from 10 years living this. I want you to tell me those top 3 areas still that need improvement here in this city. What do you have in your top list?
I moved to Mississauga from downtown Toronto. First time when I get here, I settled with my family in downtown Toronto for 2 weeks, and then I moved to Mississauga almost 10 years ago. So I proudly call Mississauga home. It's my first home here in Canada, and I think it's going to be my only home because I love it. And what I was trying to say here at this point, I moved for one reason. Mississauga is the city of dreams. Mississauga is the city of dreams who won an award 3 to 4 years ago. And what I believe, whole families would love to move and settle here in Mississauga because it's one of the safest cities. Mm-hmm. So on top of my list and the priorities is how can we keep our public safety and security is number one. Definitely you heard recently the average of crime keeps increasing, so we need to improve that. Mm-hmm. By trying to collaborate between city councillors and to enforce all the law and trying to make all the resources available, and it's on top of my list. So this is number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, actually I've been created many things, but 2-3 days ago I got few emails from the residents of Ward 4. They ask specifically for a few things. They ask, how can we make Mississauga an affordable city?
Yeah, it's getting unaffordable.
I added that also to my list because people told me it's on their list of priorities. Many families, they need to move here to Mississauga from another cities. They need their kids and their other generation to grow up here in Mississauga. Mm-hmm. So we need to make it affordable. First of all, what I think it's the amazing project. It's been implemented recently by the city, the affordable housing with 4 goals. The goals of how we make them bold, initiative, and practical, and also sets a new course for Mississauga. So I think we are on the right path by doing that. But again, to make it more affordable, how can we grow our economy? Growing our economy, it's by creating more job opportunities to people. When people can get a job, so getting houses, like their average of income is going to be increased. Mm-hmm. And definitely they can afford living in this city. With the other project is the affordable houses. To make the houses is, let's say, affordable for each single family income.
Wow.
So that's the second thing. Wonderful. And the third thing is I got some phone call asking, some of them about snow removal, some of them about parking issue, and one of the issue was about mental health. So I added that also to my list. Mental health, people ask me if we have this kind of service, how can we look after that here in Mississauga? I did actually all my research and I checked regarding to that. And yes, we do have a lot of center here in Mississauga for mental health issue, Peel's Children's Center, and a lot of, but what we need to do to increase the awareness of people about all this location and how can they proceed with that. So what I'm planning to do here, to have a lot of, let's say, it's like a workshop and stuff.
Seminars.
To increase people awareness about all these things.
Viewers, did you see how passionate Nawres Fouad is? She has the plan, she has the roadmap to kind of bring this city to the next level. This city is already running on a very good path, but there are so many things that can be improved, just like it is getting unaffordable now. So I met Bonnie Crombie, and Bonnie Crombie said, we have expanded horizontally. Now we have to grow vertically. So horizontally mean bigger houses, bigger lawns, bigger backyards. That was the horizontal, big houses. So now, to get that kind of houses in Mississauga is nightmare. It's not kind of, I will not say it's impossible, but it's very difficult to get that. It's like more than $1 million. Now it's time to grow vertically.
Yes.
So that people can come and still live in an apartment. So 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, still 3-bedroom is already reaching $2 million a year. So viewers, this city, what Nawres Fouad is going to represent, and kind of working hard to represent, is not an easy job to improve, because there's so many good things already happening here. So Nawres, do you think number of hospitals, it's already close to 0.8 million people city, almost, more than 7, less than 8. So do you think the number of hospitals are enough here to serve the resident of Mississauga?
It's not about the number of hospitals. Oh, definitely we always need to increase that. But the other issue is, do we have enough doctors to serve people? We need to do something related to that all waiting time. People have to wait. I've been at many hospitals, and I imagine if I'm suffering from something and I really need to see a specialist and I have to wait 7 hours, 6 hours. So it's not just about the numbers.
For specialists, there is a month's wait.
Yeah, and no, if you want to see specialists immediately, you gotta go to a hospital. And again, if you go to a hospital, so you need to wait at least 7 to 8 hours. I had a day, was one time I went with a friend. She got a baby and her baby was sick and she had a fever, and we had to wait in a hospital for about 5 hours, and finally we ended up, okay, let's go home. Let's go home. The baby
in emergency. Yes.
Yeah. So we need also to hire more doctors, more nurses, just to be able to satisfy everybody to grow up in our healthcare. So it's not just getting more hospitals, we need to get more staff. That also will create, definitely, like will grow the economy and will create a very good opportunity for everybody to get jobs. We are bringing jobs to Mississauga in this case from outside, instead of letting people, okay, they graduate and they study and they move to work to another city. So now we bring more people to work here in Mississauga.
Wonderful. Okay, what about Nawres? That was the hospitals. The number of universities required for our kids to kind of study. Do you think we have enough universities here?
First of all, we are lucky to have Sheridan College, has a McAllen campus. I had taken a few courses at that campus, and it's awesome, amazing. And then the UTM, as well. Definitely we need more.
So UTM, Sheridan, what else?
Yeah, that's what we have in Mississauga.
Okay.
Recently, yeah. And definitely we need more. But you know, this is something I cannot say. I'm going to bring a university by next year. No. It's something we need to work on. If I'll be elected as a city councillor, definitely I will work with my colleagues, with our mayor. We'll try to improve the education, and we'll try to keep our students, our kids, our new generation to study here in Mississauga, to work here in Mississauga. They don't really need to move out of Mississauga.
Viewers, you see, this was the first half of our program. Wonderful. She answered all of the questions to her best base of the knowledge. The city is very vibrant. The city, Mississauga, a lot of competition also is in board number 4 in all of the wards as well. There are so many talented candidates, but she is the one. She's a qualified engineer. She understands the corporate behavior, corporate working behavior that need to be kind of incorporated in terms of getting the job done. She understands a lot of aspect of running corporate. When you work in a corporate environment and you come and present yourself for serving the city as well, so it's a kind of same environment, but it's involved a lot of people also. It's not tools, it's not a project only, but people's wishes, people's need are actually at the top priority as well. So Nawres Fouad has to make a lot of the list of the priorities, and she's already working. And a lot of people are supporting. Nawres has wonderful passion. I will come back after the short break. Thank you so much. Okay, viewers, once again back to Sab Keh Dein, say everything on Z9. The second half of the program with Nawres Fouad. Stunning, beautiful, passionate, hardworking, all beautiful attributes. Whatever we can give you, we can give. Because she is working hard to make sure that this city stays on track. It is on the track. A good mayor, Bonnie Crombie, she's working hard. After, what was the name of the previous mayor to Bonnie? Hazel.
Our former mayor.
And then Bonnie Crombie, these two wonderful ladies already put this city on a beautiful track. If we look at GDA, this is one of the in-demand city. Very passionate people are required to work with hospitals, universities, with the kids, with the recreation center. Let's come back to the recreation center.
Okay.
We have been going in Burlington to play basketball for our kids. I haven't seen in Mississauga a kind of a big facility where we can run a national level tournament. Do you think Mississauga also need that kind of for basketball or other games recreation center?
Definitely we need that. It's not just for us. We need to create that for the next generation of the future. We need to create that for our kids, for our children. So definitely it's something, it's on my plan for parking thing and community centers and recreation center, and we need to bring some. I was watching recently on the news, we have a new park. It's going to be open soon, and that park on the Britannia or TJX building, and they are working on it, and I was so happy. I said, okay, so I have another beautiful green area. It's close by my house, and it's close to Ward 4. It's, you know, it's in Ward 5, but it's close to Ward 4, and I said, we need to implement more. We need to have more, definitely. To grow the new generation healthier and safer, we need to give them more space, more green area.
More green area, more indoor games area.
Exactly.
Soccer.
That's for winter. You know, the winter here is really severe and it's too long, so we need to create something.
Wonderful. So Mississauga need more recreation center, more swimming centers.
Exactly.
I would say. So one more thing that I have noticed, I recently visited the USA. There's so many basketball preparation school. I don't know if you have heard about that. Basketball preparation. So one of the coach he's my son's coach. He's now recently granted to build his prep school in Canada. Maybe he's going to be in Mississauga as well. So what prep school is to prepare our kids for the MBA.
Wow.
Right?
That's amazing.
So we are lacking in that. So I'm going to give that also, kind of please consider that. Also building more. And I have seen in USA hundreds of prep school in one state. Hundreds of prep school. That's why USA is so ahead in this game. They are producing so many good players that Canada is not producing.
I would like to add that to my list.
Please.
So yeah.
So building quality basketball player comparative with USA. I have seen like a best player of Canada is not even very close to, he's going to go and sit on the bench in US, I'm telling you. Because of the quality that they are putting, the money they're putting, for that you may have to put that in your list, start raising some funds, working with the families to kind of bring them to play. People out there want to make their kids doctor or engineer, but not athlete. This is a difficult path, so I would like to include that in your list as well.
Sure,
We're going
definitely.
to work together for that.
Definitely.
Okay, the path to, let me ask you the path, roadmap to achieve the recreation center. How are you going to achieve that? I want to give you a number of the activities to do that. How we can build a quality recreation center where people from all cities come to play national level tournament. What is the first point to start that?
First point, to use our resources. Our resources here in Mississauga by getting all these professional people to work together to create a new idea and bring them all together to get a new idea, and then we can put a wonderful plan and map about how to create that. So Mississauga is, I can say, very rich city. We have a lot of people with like a really expert, and we have a lot of people, professionals in different fields. So we need to bring them all together. We need to have something, it's like a workshop, awareness thing, to talk to people, to let them know, and we try to include everybody.
All the businessmen.
Yes, definitely. One of the things that I was just looking 2 days ago, I was watching the news and I realized that the location, what we call the City Economic Development Office here in Mississauga, it's been awarded one of the most beautiful location in Canada. So, what does it mean? That will bring more people here to invest in Mississauga, more businessmen, and that will grow our economy. When we grow with the economy, with jobs, and that, in this case, we're gonna have, let's say, a lot of funding here. We can create many projects. So this is what I'm looking for.
Okay, so going to the business people, going to the people who love the charity, to grow the kids.
Exactly.
And our previous players. Let me tell you how these prep schools actually run in the US. Why I'm emphasizing that?
Yeah.
Because we are lacking in Canada, to be honest. All of the legendary players, high quality businessmen, they get together and they give a lot of donation to those schools. And even kids are brought from internationally. All tall, fast, athletic kids are brought, and they're trained there. And they change the life of the families with this activity as well.
Again, why did it happen? Most of our wonderful expert coaches, they would love to go outside to work, to train another, teams, and to work with another, in another area, another city. We have to bring them all together here.
So, Nawres, this ward number 4, start from Mavis, right?
Yes,
Okay.
starting from Mavis to Burnham Thorpe, and it goes with an L shape little bit to Dundas and goes all the way down to Cowthra and Eglinton.
Okay. And how many numbers of voters you have in your area?
41,000.
41,000.
41,000, 19,000 in houses, and then about 21,000 condos.
Condos.
Yeah.
It's pretty kind of downtown area, right?
Yes, it is the heart of Mississauga. That's why I'm in love with.
So 41,000 voters, viewers, 19,000 houses. This is almost knocked 9,000, closer to 9,000.
Yeah.
So 10,000 more need to be knocked. And she needs a lot of volunteers, a lot of helpers who want to see Nawres Fouad as their counselor. She got the talents, she got the ideas, she got the passion. Now she also needs support to support you back. This is not an easy job. This is very difficult. This is a very difficult job. I will say this is not a job. This is a passion. If you don't have passion, don't do it. Do something else. You can make a lot of more money. But if you want to do this is something that you have to get up early. You have to go on to bed late. So, but at the end of the day, what you get the peace in your heart, right, after serving the people of Mississauga. That's the one actually.
Yeah, every day, let's say most of the time, I get home happily and proudly when I feel like somebody prayed for me and wished me all the best. You know, it's my goal, really, Ali, believe me, being like a serving people for about, let's say, almost 10 years here in Canada, and working, let's say, with different sectors, working with many non-profit organizations, meeting people every day. And that's what made me actually say, okay, I have to be their voice. It wasn't at the beginning my decision, it was people's decision. When I knocked on door, I used to meet people a few times a week, libraries, community center. It's just because it's my passion. I love meeting people. Mm-hmm. The reason is people can get really in a position. They can serve for 4 years and then maybe more than that. End of the day, how many names will stay in people's minds and hearts? This is the goal. It's my dream. Only few people can stay in your minds and hearts. It doesn't matter they are in a position or not.
That's right. Notice one more thing that actually I want to ask you. Mississauga is kind of a hub of many highways. See that 403 goes into Mississauga, 410, 401, 407, right?
Yes.
But still, when it's a commute time, we're stuck.
I know.
How can we improve the infrastructure?
No, actually,
more kind of interchanges and flyovers, and how can we do that? Because I think after 5 to 10 years, it is going to be even harder for people to reach to the work, right?
yeah. The new system now, it's been implemented, the LRT. And then there is also the other system is BRT. I know BRT is cheaper than, and LRT is more expensive. Mm-hmm. And being, let's say, an engineer and having a lot of planning and working with this kind of field, I get really a good experience about that. So I'll try to bring this experience to the city of Mississauga. Again, as I mentioned, if I be elected, I won't be, let's say, a person who's going to make a decision. I'll be one from 11. Mississauga has 11 wards and plus our wonderful mayor. So we have to collaborate, all of us, we have to work together. I will work with all my colleagues on that and try to do our best.
So, viewers, roads are there, but when the population of Mississauga is increasing, a lot of people comes in Mississauga daily. We have to improve our roads infrastructure as well, and more flyovers, LRT, BRT. These are two solutions in the mind, and city is working on that, and our mayor is also working on that. So these are some of the steps that Nawres Fouad is going to support and work on that and present his proposal to the city. Nawres Fouad, now it's very close to the end of the program. I will say, this is your camera, okay, right here, and you have 14 days left. 14 days after, it is going to be decided who's going to serve Ward number 4 in Mississauga.
Yes, definitely.
And my wishes, our studio's wishes are with you, that
thank you.
You get successful in this path, and the passion that you have the opportunity to serve the Mississauga Ward number 4. I would like you to give a strong message to your resident of Ward number 4 and appeal to support you so that you can stand up for them to kind of help them wherever it is required.
First of all, I would like to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving from my family to you and yours and your families. And it's a wonderful day. I've been invited to this studio. So I would like here to send a message to everyone. I've been living in Ward 4 since last 10 years, and I proudly call it home. I committed to service because I grew up in a family who put all that in me. I've been working with many nonprofit organizations. I've worked with helping in welfare, in food banks, in engineers, in schools, and I'm really passionate about helping and serving people. So hopefully on October 22nd, I can be your voice. And I will be always there to fight for you, whether I'll be elected or not, but because this is my home, and I would love to be people's voice to fight for them. And by giving me this opportunity and vote for me, hopefully I won't disappoint anyone. And I'll be always there for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, viewers, this was my another episode for you with Nawres Fouad. And the slogan of my show, Sab Keh Dein, Say Everything on Z9 is, if you have a drive, if you have a passion, and you want to give back to the community, you are my guest. That's true quality, true attribute you need to have. And it doesn't matter how much magnitude of that you have in you. If you're on the starting point, we will help you to grow and start serving on a very high level, high scale. So the purpose of this show is to bring those people in front of camera, to capture their voice, to kind of boost their confidence in terms of serving the humanity, in terms of helping the people, because this is the only passion which can make you proud to meet your Creator, that you have done something for the humanity. I will say, give me, inshallah, we will come back with another beautiful episode for you next time. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ali.